hive cluster is under attack.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be Ggaemo versus Light here on In the Way of an Eddy. A very weird map name, but I have cast games on this map before. So bottom right, gonna be Ggaemo, our yellow Zerg player, and the top left gonna be Light, under his Smurf name Lost in Space. Maybe he likes the Netflix show. Maybe he likes the old television show from the 60s, I think. Anyway, Lost in Space is the adventures of a family who is lost in space with a robot who says, "Danger, Will Robinson." Will Robinson is the child. And yeah, my daughter likes the Netflix show. And I watch a little bit of it with her. I don't know if I like it, but hey, if the kids like it, that's good enough for me. So this is In the Way of an Eddy. Just a little bit of a swirl here, maybe a 4-leaf clover style if you look at the mini-map. It's a 4-player map. That's why Terra the Overlord is scouting to the bottom left here. And it's a ZVT from RJB. Check him out on YouTube. Let him know that you appreciate the replays that he sends to me. Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to go 11 hatch there. 11 drones throwing down the hatch. And then immediately making another drone. And this drone's checking to make sure it's not a proxy. No proxy barracks, no proxy bunkers coming up anywhere. It's weird. And gotta respect Light for that, man. Gotta see, just make sure that's what's going on here. Maybe just normal scouting, too. Gonna head top right, because who scouts cross-spawn? Actually, sometimes people do. On certain maps and in certain matchups, for sure. So, these buddies scouting out. The SCV says, well, if the drone is scouting this way, this is probably not where the Zerg player is. Smart, like that quite a bit. It's a nice little natural base here, too. You're on the low ground. I'm going to throw back to the old times when every Brood War map started off on the low ground and then went up to the high ground. But high ground to low ground, I think players prefer that, right? Right. Okay. So, Light's SCV, Scouts. Hatch first play here from Ggaemo. Spawning pool on the way, and gas getting taken. Ooh, tried to block that, I think, at about 250 there. Still at the 11 drones, man. So, I mean, this was effectively an 11-11-11 build or something along those lines. Because at the end, if you have a hatch and gas and pool and you're at 11 drones, that's probably what happened. Set of Lings is on the way here. Marine out of the barracks to chase this drone away for scouting purposes. Scouts the presence of the second command center coming up. So both players got a perfect scout as to what the other player is doing right now. What happens after this, Ggaemo's going to be in the dark about. But, you know, with the Marines, 2 Marines out, with the barracks still lit up here, I think he has an indication it's going to be some bio play. Not going to open up mech. And that information alone is going to be really important and really useful to him, too. So yeah, this SCV is going to get some scouting off, obviously, and it has a lot of HP, takes a lot of hits from a Ling to kill it, so we'll see how long it takes for this guy to get burned down. Macro hatch here, which again, could be a tell. This is going to be a Mutalisk opening out of Ggaemo. Anything crazy about that? Absolutely not. That is incredibly normal stuff. So the lair's coming up, and that SCV got killed, yeah? Okay, yeah, SCV got sniped, and I'm pretty sure did not see the lair timing. Fairly sure that happened, but did definitely see the macro hatch. So I think at that point in the game, you're like, okay, and there's that second gas getting taken before the lair's even halfway complete. So definitely going to be a pretty heavy commit to mutas here, more than the 5 or 6 that is fairly standard in this matchup. Going to be closer to 7, 8, 9, perhaps even all the way up to 11. I love the Lings. I love the Overlords. Good map control here. Good map vision from Ggaemo. Looking great. Marine count getting heavier. There's 6 of them, and there's a 7th one out, and there's an 8th one just came out of that barracks. 2nd barracks coming up. Whoa! Is there an academy coming in? This is weird. This is a lot of Marines, but they're not gonna... Oh, there's an academy. Okay, I'm dumb. I'm stupid. There it is. Stim's getting started. It was behind the mini-map in my defense. It's kind of hard to see stuff back there. So Lings are like, how many Marines are there? A whole bunch. All right, fine. Fine, fine, fine. And it's going to be Hydralisk Den with Lurkers. Okay, so yeah, interesting. Not going to be a Spire at all. Hydralisk Den, Lurker aspect getting researched here. Turrets coming up, and the turrets, again, even if it's not Mutalisks, they will provide detection in case it's a Lurker push. So hey, get your turrets, Terran players. We'll call them safety turrets because they will protect you from a lot of stuff. Including DTs if it was a Protoss opponent, right? And including Cloaked Wraiths if it's a Terran opponent. Just turrets are great units that way. Spazzing out Lings. Same thing for Spores, same thing for Cannons, except Cannons are even better because they can attack ground units, and I'm sure Protoss is aware of how awesome they are. So yeah, Lurker aspect coming in sub 6 minutes. I mean, working on very close to being done sub 6 minutes here. Gonna do some Lurker pressure. Bunker's gonna be good that way. What's that? Scan. Scans the main, sees the Hydralisk Den. Doesn't really get any more information other than that. Can't really tell that the Hydralisk Den is researching, but that's it. 5 Lurkers, let's go. 5 Lurkers being built over here. A very weird place for a light to scan. So we got Marines, we got medics. We do not have any siege tanks, which seems like a problem. With these Lurkers showing up here, but with good concave and good control and good target firing, you can make this happen. All right, Lurkers up. SCV, I think, might have caught a glimpse of these eggs. I don't know, but either way, there's got to be something that, yeah. I mean, he's ready for a Lurker push. He doesn't have any Marines inside the main base at all. He's not expecting Mutalisks, and he shouldn't be. So, yeah, Lurkers up, Lings up. I mean, you got to push with this. You're 2 base to 2 base right now. You have to kill a bunch of stuff. I mean, ideally win the game here, or potentially at least kill the natural base. If you can't get any further than that, the Lurkers need to push. They can't sit here and just hope. There's a Spire on the way back home from Ggaemo. Man, good control, though. This is Light we're talking about here. Have we talked about Light and how great he is in this game yet? Light is great. So here we go. I thought for sure he was going to target fire one of those Lurkers. I think he had a couple extra seconds to do that, but then he just didn't do it. These medics coming forward. You do not want them up here. They will die. And they will drain energy off your other medics, even if they don't die. And so there's not as much healing available there. Third base coming in here from Ggaemo. He's making more Overlords because he is supply blocked, which stinks. Lurker scans in, tries to kill. No! One of the Lurkers does die, but that's so much dead Terran blood right there. That's huge. 61 to 56 total supply. Light is up, but not by all much. Okay, the contain. Where are the siege tank? We're working on siege tanks. Light, leave me alone. But guess who's working on Mutalisks? That's, I guess an SCV scout in and scouts the Spire. That's huge. That's such a massive scout there. Beautiful stuff here from Light, but what do we expect? 8 Mutas on the way. This is going to be a Lurker Muta bust attempt. We haven't seen these in a while. There's a couple times that we've seen it work, but most of the time it doesn't seem to work in the games that I cast. And that's usually because, the games that I cast are generally macro-style games, but I don't know. This could be a sneaky twofer. You know how I am sometimes. Siege mode is done. Science facility on the way. But third base is happily running from Ggaemo, and he's got a contain up. Now, you can slowly tank push this. Bunker sniped. So the tank can get out. And now we're going to start scanning and hitting. And these mutas are like, okay, if we can snipe the siege tank, the contain will continue here against Light. Ggaemo playing this pretty darn well. Oh, okay, there's that concave we were talking about. But if you let Lings jump, it's so much dead. It's so many dead Marines. But the siege tank is up. He's got 2 kills. Mutos stacked. Are there enough? Man, that's what the bunkers are for. Falling back to the bunker. He didn't kill all of them. He's got 2 remaining. The main base has got 3 turrets up. Not really much angle for these mutas to engage in there at all. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to be enough? That Marine, get inside the bunker. Maybe there's not enough room in the bunker. There's another bunker, though. And this is great muta control from Ggaemo. Popping up. Just doing fantastic work. Killing so many Marines. Ggaemo putting in some work here. Killing so many Marines. He's lost some mutas, yeah, but he just knocked the Marine count down to like, what is it? Like 3, maybe, okay, back to 3 again. Muta count is 4. Probably want 5 or so, more lings, more lurkers pumping up here. Siege tank count getting a little bit heavy, plus there's now a science vessel for the permanent detection. But this is some incredible pressure from Ggaemo. Light really hasn't been able to move out at all. We're 10.5 minutes into the game, and the Terran hasn't done any harassment whatsoever because he can't. Here we go. Lurker, Ling, Muta trying to jump on these bunkers. The siege tanks were unsieged for a minute. Yeah, the lurkers burrow in. They're at detection. There are siege tanks back there. The tanks did not get wiped out. This is really a bad place for these lurkers to be. But if the Ling and lurker DPS is enough to wipe out this bunker and all those SCVs, and these Marines are dying too. So many Marines have fallen in this game. It's insane how many have died. Queen's Nest on the way back home from Ggaemo. He's teching up to Hive. That's a bad rally from Light. He's just all discombobulated right now. One of my kids the other day Googled, what are some English words that are out of circulation now? And one of the words was kerfuffle. I was like, you know what? I can understand why it's out of circulation, but I know what that means. So that just means that I'm an old person, right? So kerfuffle is just an argument, a disagreement, a kind of a chaotic situation with people involved, right? I think that's the best way to define it. I'm sure there's an official definition somewhere that I'm messing up on, but anyway, back to the game. More lurkers, got some Scourge out to deal with the science vessels, as y'all do. Overlords coming, just making sure there's not some ninja somewhere. Zerg Hives coming in. Oh, it's so big. When Dark Swarm is up, these Marines are going to have the worst time of it. Siege tank back here hanging out. One of the tanks did get killed. A lot of Ling blood was spilled for it, but second starport coming in for more and more science vessels. You know, that's your mid to late game TVZ strategy, is irradiating all of the things. Irradiate's good for irradiating lurkers is incredible. Irradiating Lings is not bad. Irradiating Ultras is very good too. Irradiating Scourge is fantastic. There was a clip I saw from Artosis the other day where he irradiated an egg that was popping, and the thing that pops comes out irradiated. And it was 2 Scourge, and they both were irradiated when they popped out of that egg, and they both died. And it was a 2-for-1 special, said Artosis. So that was a sick move. Smart stuff by him. Adrenal glands on the way here from Ggaemo. This lurker's like, what am I doing out here? Look at this spread. Look at how much Zerg there is. It's 115 to 76 supply. Nice control there. Scourge not connecting on those science vessels. Exactly what we want to see for the Terran fans watching this. Defiler Mound is on the way. Irradiate, yeah. Irradiate finds a lurker. Wipes it out. No defilers on the front line here. This is such a look at this. I don't know that I've seen a Zerg player set up this much of a contain in a very long time. If not ever. Look at him. Look at this concave. It's huge. And Light's just like desperately trying to get through it. And he's just not. All right, Zerglings coming from all directions. Not bringing everybody, though. The Firebat's getting some nice hits off. Killing tanks is going to be what you want here. Firebat's dying. He's got a second wave behind it. It's 94 to 86 total supply right now. The Marine upgrades are at 2-2, which is amazing. The Lings have 0-0 upgrades. And the Lurkers are 0-0. I think there's been too much of a dedication to different types of tech here from Ggaemo. Ooh, Science Vessel Snipe is big, though. That's humongous. But you know what? He's got a 4th base. He's working on Consume. Dude, I don't know. I don't feel good about the 0 upgrades here that Ggaemo has. Terran fans might take heart in the fact that it's 2-2 is running on these Marines. The tanks don't have any upgrades, but it really matters less for them, I think, in this kind of a situation. The Dark Swarm is up. Scourge connected once. Not a second time. Lings jump. Again, if they had upgrades, they'd be a lot better. Maybe they have Adrenal. 0-0 Lings with Adrenal is a very strange thing to see indeed. Dude, Light's on 2 bases at 14 minutes. He cannot be happy about this. I don't know, to be researching maybe getting some drop ships out, maybe try to drop, because breaking through this is proving to be extremely difficult for Light. He's down. 81 to 80 supply. Not that bad here. That's a lot of Dark Swarms, though. Radiate's continuing to pop here. Dark Swarm! It's just like, you want to target fire the Lurkers, but at the same time, if you stand there and a Dark Swarm pops, you're dead. That's it, man. Oh my gosh. 87 to 67 supply for Ggaemo. He is absolutely crushing it here. Absolutely, positively crushing it. Scourge hitting on science vessels. Its Light is falling apart. He's 15 minutes into this game. He's down in supply to the Zerg player. Again, upgrade advantage is nice. I'm not going to say no to a good upgrade advantage, which is, I mean, +3 is on the way now. This is some good stuff. And the Lings have Adrenal, but they're 0-0. It's so awesome. 0-0 Adrenal Lings is hilarious. Absolutely funny stuff here. Consume, 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 consume. Dark Swarm before you die. Got it. He got it. He continues to creep closer here. There's a big group of Marines on this left side, though. But guess who spots it and says, Plague-oo! Oh, man. These Lings are doing way too much damage. They didn't kill the whole group, which is nice. These Overlords dying is kind of a big deal. I don't know. Maybe Light's holding. I mean, he is holding. He hasn't lost his natural base yet, but he doesn't have a third base. I keep waiting for upgrades, like attack and armor upgrades, to come through here for Ggaemo. He is not interested in any of that today. Oh, found some Lurkers, though. This group barely alive. 2 Marines remaining in this group. Yeah, but if you're just not going to get a third base as a Terran player and the Zerg player's on 4 bases, it's just, this is not tenable. The only way that Light wins this thing is because the upgrades are sick. Science Vessel's a little bit out, away from the group. Get it? No! How did that not connect? Oh, good Plague, though. How did that not connect on that Science Vessel? That was insane. Okay, Light's, once again, +2, +2, +3 is very close to completing here for his infantry units. This is a very, very dangerous situation for Ggaemo all of a sudden. He's trying to get Ultras out, but they're not going to have any upgrades either. I'm really shocked at how Ggaemo hasn't started a single attack or armor upgrade for any of his units today at all. He's checking to see if there's a third base or some SCVs to kill. You know, if they're trying to long-distance mine from this third base. And there are! Joy! Hooray! And it actually is likely to pull back. You really shouldn't. This is only a couple Lings. They're going to get blasted. Whoosh. Fire bat attack. Let's go. 196 supply. Light's taking the lead. +3 attack is done for his Marines. This is what we're talking about here. Ling's trying to rally through. Okay, Ultralisks are out. Defensive Matrix is up. That's what I'm talking about. These Ultras. 0-0 on the Ultras. Light. Ggaemo took a risk. He tried to make enough units to bust through and kill Light and skimped on upgrades. And it is costing him immensely here. These Ultras come out and just die. Because they don't have chitinous plating. They don't have armor. They don't have any kind of upgrades whatsoever. I just don't know in what universe it makes sense to make Ultras when you don't have any upgrades for them at all. He got speed. He didn't even get carapace on them. He didn't even get the chitinous plating. This is such a weird game. I don't think I've ever seen a professional Zerg go this long without... Well, he's working on 1-1 now. But Ggaemo taps out and Light is your winner. In 19 minutes and 10 seconds. What an absolutely sick game from Light. He has to defend against Lurkers, Lings, Mutas, Defilers. The Lurkers were a big problem for him. He gets enough tanks out to deal with them. He gets out of Dark Swarms when necessary. He protected his Science Vessels fairly well for the most part, but lost a few there. Got a little bit sloppy, but then just countered. I'm sure he was checking upgrades on Ggaemo and was like, you have on... This is bad. 0-0 upgrades here. Little boxer maneuvering here in the main base for funsies. I'm not sure that was necessary to win the game, but it was probably... instrumental in getting Ggaemo to tap out. Yeah, and look, 3/2 Marines with stim, they're going to kill ultras real fast. Like, really, really fast. Oh, insane. Like, truly, truly, truly fantastic match there. What a beautiful, beautiful game there between these two players. But Light comes out on top. Again, Ggaemo took a very big risk. It didn't pay off, and Light comes out on top with a nice, nice counterattack. Man, those Ultralisks died so fast. Ultralisk thud upgrades, man. Never thought I'd see it. 107,000 points from Light, 105,000 points from Ggaemo. Got outproduced by Ggaemo, but a 2-to-1 kill-death ratio for Light here. Resources? Ggaemo outspent the Terran player, but man, upgrades spending is the story for this game. Whoa, that was so good. I mean, that was... it was such a good ZVT. And hey, RJB sent me in a Terran win. So Terran fans, you got to be happy about that one today, right? And Zerg fans are just like shaking their heads. What? They're like, what? How did this happen today? I don't know. I still think it was a calculated risk. Right? I thought it was a calculated risk from Ggaemo. There's no way he just forgot. He's too much of a good player to be like, nah, no upgrades at all for me today. I mean, he got what? He did get the upgrades for Plague and for Consume, right? And for Ling's Speed and Adrenal. He got a lot of like tech upgrades, but no just standard armor and attack upgrades. So well done. Like, truly fantastic play there from Light to hold against that much aggression from a Zerg player. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to be, you know, pretty defensive. Terran's got the bunkers and the tanks and the turrets for that reason. But man, beautiful, beautiful play from Light. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.